Let's have an honest conversation about budgets. If you are having a hard time sticking to your budget, it's likely because it's either too restrictive or it's unrealistic. When truth be told, when a budget is done the right way, it's a very powerful tool that could lead you into financial freedom. Welcome back to Money Confidential. My name is April Boyd and I am your money coach. I'm dedicated to making sure that you end the paycheck to paycheck cycle, get out of debt, have a fully funded emergency fund, and begin to live the life of financial freedom that you dream of. And the only way you can do any of those things is if you have a budget. I know, it sucks. Nobody wants to talk about it. I am a spreadsheet nerd. I absolutely love budgeting, but I haven't always been that way. And when I do a replay of my life and how my finances went back when my credit score was in the 500s versus what my finances look like now, the biggest difference in my life at the time was whether or not I was sticking to a realistic budget. So today we're going to cover a few points on what some recommendations that I will give on how to create and stick to your budget. The first thing you need to do is know your numbers. Make sure you know exactly how much income you have coming in and understand what all of your expenses are. The expenses that fit and match your lifestyle, where you are and where you are headed. It's imperative that when you go to sit down with your little cute budget spreadsheet that you probably got online somewhere or your Excel spreadsheet that you spent so much time to build, it isn't going to do you any good if you don't have all of your numbers in front of you at first. So let's put your numbers in front of you. The second thing you want to do is you want to build this budget based on facts, nothing else, not fantasy, but facts. Because you can want $1 million all day long, but if you don't have $1 million, you can't build $1 million budget. How do you get the facts? Well, you get the facts by tracking. This is the part that kind of steers some people off, but there's two different ways you can go about tracking your expenses. The first thing you can do is you can look back over your last 2, maybe 3 months of bank statements and try to go through and highlight and categorize what's what, how much you spent on food, housing, transportation, all the things. Or starting today, you can just track all of your expenses for the next 30 days, and that will give you a good idea of how much money you're probably spending. We are in the end of July, headed into August, which means schools are starting back, summer's coming to an end. In the month of August, when you capture what you spend, it's likely going to be a truer depiction of what your budget would typically look like because we do a whole lot of extra spending in the summertime. So let's track. One, we can go back and we can look at old bank statements. Or two, we can just start from today tracking every single thing that you spend and then using those numbers to craft your budget. The next thing is you have to be flexible. Life changes and life changes fast, and it comes without warning. You have to be willing to go in and move some things around. Maybe something that you thought you wanted to do in August, you're not going to be able to do in August. So, for instance, I planned out my budget for the whole year. I do that every January. And then I base it off of what I know are expenses that are coming up and the things that I would like us to do, whether it's vacation or something. I didn't factor in the fact that I will be walking away from my six-figure job because that wasn't in the game plan. Life happened and it happened very fast. So, what I thought I was going to be doing in January for August is no longer the same thing. The game plan has changed. So, I went back to my budget and I made some adjustments to my August budget. So, be willing to be flexible because life happens fast. Next, you want to look back at it, okay? Look back at it. Make sure when you create this budget that you don't just set it and forget it. A budget is a living and breathing and live document. It is designed to go back and look at it again. The only way that you can make the changes and be flexible is you go back and say, okay, well, I thought I was going to be able to pay $1,000 on this credit card this month. Unfortunately, some things have shifted. Maybe some unexpected expenses came up, and you can only put $500 on that credit card. The whole point is once you create that budget, go back and look back at it. And the last thing that I want to cover is that a budget is a very powerful tool when you do it the right way. it gets a bad rep. People talk about it. They talk about how, oh, I'm not able to stick to my budget. And it's likely because your numbers are unrealistic. Your budget needs to reflect the lifestyle that you are living today, not the life that you want people to think you're living, but the life you're actually living. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to cut out your lattes or cut out your morning bagel or anything that brings you joy. Some people love to go to the makeup store, get the feet done, whatever. Just put it in the budget. Make space for it so that you can actually do it. It's not designed to be so restrictive that you feel like you're not living your life, but it needs to be something that's a guide. It's like a GPS. You turn the GPS on, and every now and then you have to look over at it just to make sure you're on the right path. That's what the budget is for. It is to make sure that you are on the right path. And the only way that you can do that is by knowing your numbers, building your budget based on facts, meaning you are tracking what you are spending, making sure that you are flexible as life changes, and you are looking back at your budget. Again, it's a super powerful thing. A budget has helped me get out of debt. It's helped me fully fund my emergency fund and all of those amazing things. And I just can't imagine where I would be if I didn't follow these basic principles. So that's the best advice that I have, to stick to a budget, because I promise you that it works for you. And if you made it this far in the video, make sure you drop a yellow heart letting me know that you are here. And also let me know if any of these tips were very beneficial to you to help you begin your budgeting process. To all of you who have subscribed, I am super grateful for you. I'm a small channel trying to just reach the people and give financial literacy facts and help you build a life of financial freedom. So thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you have not subscribed, please be sure to do so, as there are some amazing things that are coming up. And in August, we are diving into a different series. This is the last of our Save Yourself series. And of course, I had to finish it with talking about some basic budget things that could make you successful. And don't forget, over here at Money Confidential, we are building confidence, not just budgets.